It really sucks to feel like you won't ever heal after the loss of your loved one. In fact, it almost feels like it's an insult if someone suggests that you will. The mere thought of trying to carry on without your loved one hurts so much, and for some, it may actually feel impossible. So, let's walk together, and I'll share some important things to look out for if you feel this way right now, and how you can navigate this part of your grief. Hey friend, welcome back to Grief Questions Answered. I'm Eric, and it's my goal with these videos to share everything I've learned about how to survive, find support in the loneliness of grief, and how to intentionally get back up and live beyond the loss of a loved one. If this grief tip doesn't help you today, I am confident it can and will help you at some point in the future, so be sure to save this video to watch later on. Today's question comes from Amanda, who asked me, why do I feel like healing is impossible? So Amanda, feeling like you can't or won't heal from your loss is a very normal part of the grief process. I know I felt that way too. And it didn't just happen once, it happened several times. After I lost Zoe, I remember that night when I was driving home from the hospital, and I remembered how hard it was to heal after my divorce. And my sister was in the car with me, and I was just gripping the seatbelt, and I said to her, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, or if I will. And she couldn't say much to that. But this was hours after I lost my daughter. But so there are some very big reasons why we feel this way, especially after we lose a loved one, because those feelings can be that grief is going to be permanently with us, and it's going to be a very difficult part of our journey, and it is. But grief brings up intensely powerful emotions in us anyway, like sadness, anger, guilt, hopelessness, and sometimes despair. And when these feelings are strong, it can be hard to imagine a time when they won't be so present and so powerful. And especially in early grief, they're overwhelming, right? And so for you, maybe finding a way to get emotional relief from those overwhelming feelings can help you feel like you can at least make it to the next day, let alone the next hour. And sometimes we need that extra help. Another reason why we feel this way is that the grief is so rooted in the memories of our loved one that there can be this fear that healing from grief might actually make us forget them or lose that connection that we feel with them. And with those set of feelings, I can safely say that you're never, ever going to forget your loved one. I believe that love remains because love never dies. And we can honor our loved one by living our life and honoring them at the same time, and it's okay to do both. You see, if I wasn't here and Zoe was still here, I know I'd want her to continue to live her life as much as possible. And so finally, you may be having these feelings of never being able to heal because maybe there's a lack of support from the people you thought were going to be there for you. Or worse, the people that won't come anywhere near you when you need them the most. And that can feel very much isolating, and you can feel very much alone in this journey. And we can try to go through this journey alone, but it only prolongs the grief, and healing often requires support from others. And if you feel like you're isolated or you don't have a support network, there are 3 good ways to get that in place right now. The first one is through online support groups. The second one is in-person support groups in your community. And the third is like a coach or a counselor. Now, some of the reasons that I've highlighted may be why you're feeling like you're never going to heal. It could also be because you feel like no one will get you or understand you. It could be that you feel pressure from other people to move on or get over it after a certain period of time. It may also feel like you're literally stuck in your grief, and that can feel like it's impossible to ever change or ever get better. And so, Amanda, there are options to heal our grief. This process sucks and it hurts, and we didn't ask to be here, but it is up to us to do something about it, because unfortunately no one else is coming to take this pain away. The good news is you're not alone. And so if you feel like you're stuck and that nothing will ever help you, I invite you to reach out to a coach or a counselor, because that one-on-one work is going to be really powerful for you. And I believe that when we feel this way, we just struggle to see any hope for better days. And in my experience, we have to take small actions over and over again and work with others to get to those better days. And so I always hope that this helps. Do you have a question about grief that I can answer for you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't done so yet, click that subscribe button down below, as that is the best way to get notified of new videos just like this and to show support for the channel. Let's continue to walk together, and I'll see you in next week's video.